I watched it. So,
Okay.
chapter 105, solo leveling. Holy shit. So, previously, he summoned the healer.
Yep.
We saw both the beast dude and everyone else saying, oh shit, he
Mm-hmm.
has the ability to resurrect and control the dead.
Yeah.
And we're at the scene where he literally summoned the dead A plus healer or the A healer, and
Mm-hmm.
now we're about to see the reactions. So I want to see if I can get this on the screen somehow or another.
You don't think we're gonna get hit with anything? Well, I guess we're not doing any music or anything.
We're not doing any music, and we're just going to do a couple of scenes. I'm just not going to do it too big or whatever. So we scroll through, and I'm going to put it right there, and we see the beast dude, and he sees the beast dude saying, okay, cool, he's you want me to share my screen? No, I can't share my screen. I can't do it.
I'm looking at you.
Okay, so he's talking to, he grabs the shoulder of the hunter, of Hunter Jin and Jin Woo, and I'm like, oh shit. He says his line. I could tell his arm. There's one part he gets pissed off. He says, what was it? What was that? Where was that? So the hunter dude, the beast dude, he's like, please, please do honor, do right by me, and fucking let him go. Do whatever you gotta do, just let
He
him
doesn't
go
have to
afterwards.
do this. He
He
doesn't have to do this.
he doesn't have to.
He's just doing this by choice. He's doing this by choice.
He is, but he's asking, but he recognized. So the biggest thing, last chapter before this, we were worried that the beast dude was going to get pissed, or he's going to take it the wrong direction that we wanted to. We thought he's going to leak out his stuff, but also get mad at him for bringing back his best friend or whatever, and say, because in my mind I was thinking, okay, this beast dude's going to be like, oh crap. He might think this is like, abomination. He might see this is like acting as God and we can't be doing this. He might go complete derail and might get pissed off at Hunter Jinwa. So we were like, okay, something could be gone wrong. You were thinking the camera dude left the camera on. I was thinking that the beast dude was going to get pissed off at him and not want him.
And he ain't gonna be able to do anything to
He
Jin.
wouldn't. He wouldn't. But
He's just gonna be mad. He's gonna.
and then on the flip side, he could actually blow his cover and send it out to everybody. He could. So that's why I was like, okay, it could be the beast dude. You were saying the camera dude, but this right here, the first part, diluted and just completely ripped apart what my thinking was. He asked him. He didn't get mad. He didn't do whatever. He asked him, saying, "Hey, can you please let him go?" And what's killer, what was crazy was, he said, I could tell he was a kind soul. He was a kind person, because even though he didn't want to come back, I could see by my connection to him that he was a good person. But but I think the beast dude put two and two together, realized and say, "Hey, what's up, Pramex?" I think he realized, saying, he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart. Yeah. Yes, it's a shitty situation that I'm bringing back. He's bringing back my friend in this weird way, but I recognize what he's doing. I just need to ask him, saying, "Hey, once you're done with him, he is tired of fighting. He doesn't want to fight. He didn't even want to be in this fight in the first place.
Be there in the first place. I agree. Yeah.
So just let him go." What scared me was like this line right here. That's the second time you've done that. Put your arm, touch my arm on my shoulder, and I know what he was doing. He's putting the scary front on. He's not. He wants to make sure that, hey, know that I'm a good guy, but also know that you don't treat me as a friend. Don't treat me as a pushover or whatever. You gotta know who I am and what power, what degree I am, what abilities I have. Yes, I see you as an ally, but don't get too sure of yourself to think that for 1 second I will put my guard down. Or flip side of saying, hey, if you use something that pissed me off, I won't come at and fucking kill you. So he
I
does that big
wouldn't
man
go
scrum.
that far. I'm
Well,
just saying because look, he said the first time. He
yeah,
said
he said the first
the
time
only difference from the first time is
it was a
that
command. This one is
it
an
was a
earnest
command.
request, which was a big
This
one.
is a
It was a big
request.
say. It say, put your hand off my shoulder. And remember, last time you did this stuff, you fucked up. But I'm telling you now, this right here, this is just a regular request. I see what you're going for, and it's not a command. I see you as a comrade, and I'll be okay with this. So
I think the first time is because they didn't want to like start issues with the other nation that they were supposed to be quote unquote partnering to do this particular mission, and he pulled him away from the guy from starting and
yeah, yeah,
more of an issue, right?
yep,
And then this one is just him like requesting him to not keep the healer guy alive
yep.
and keep him from to keep him alive and keep him from fighting. So I think the guy, like you said, has the connection with Wu Jin, and he's like he they're on the same wavelength. He doesn't feel that keep him alive other
He
than just to
doesn't.
do this one
But that's
particular thing.
but remember, I was like, okay, if he remember last time, it was like, okay, he doesn't have a healer. That was the biggest thing. That was like,
Yes.
okay, well, wait. At the end of this chapter, I know I was thinking it's like, fuck, he just let go of a healer. You were probably thinking the same thing. You're like, fuck, he needs a healer. He needs
I
some
agree.
kind of healer of some
Of
sort.
some kind. Yes. Yes.
So when
I
that
agree.
happened and they were all extracted and he stayed on the fucking island, I was like, okay, he must be just clearing up the island, whatever. But he needs a fucking healer. So what blew my mind was, first of all, he let his Drake out. That was beast because he didn't release his Drake. He didn't release his Drake in the fight. He released every single last one of his summons except for the Drake.
Okay, so before we get to the Drake, I think that's in 106 that you're talking
No,
about,
this is 105. I'm in 105 still on my theme. He let go of his Drake, Kestrel. Because he's on the island because they're about to extract. He's like, no, you guys go. You should be good.
So,
And he extracts his fucking Estral, and the guy's like, what
well, let's talk
the
about him
fuck?
releasing. Well, let's talk about him actually releasing the healer before we go
True,
through
true,
it.
true. Well, we already talked
Before we
about it.
get
He
to
let
that
go
part.
of him. He let go of him. It's like, okay,
Oh, but we lead it up to a point where okay, we have a healer. We're wondering if we're going to keep the healer, and then we go straight to the Drake. We're assuming that that he canceled the thing. We haven't even
yeah,
said
he did. He
that he
canceled it. He
canceled it.
let him go. He let him go.
Okay. So
He let
to
him go.
everybody's amazement, he canceled the freaking summon for the healer guy,
Dude,
right?
he canceled the extraction.
Which everybody was saw. Well, not everybody, but the beast guy and
The
the
beast
healer
guy
guy, the healer and the beast guy
had a
were completely
connection.
surprised
Well, no. So
that
I
he
think
decided to cancel the extraction.
so. Let me
And
so
then, like before he faded completely away, he's both of them smiled at each other, and he just disappears.
I think honestly, did the healer? I don't even think the healer was surprised. He just said, he just left. He
No,
smiled.
he's surprised. He's like, "What?"
Did he have a facial reaction? Really?
Yeah, he had a facial reaction before. But both of them, both him and the Beaster guy, when he does the cancel
Oh, he
extraction.
did. Shit! Right at the cancel instruction. Oh shit! You're right. Huh?
So both of them did the surprise look. He smiled, and so did him after that. And
Yeah, they made
then
that last connection of saying farewell, whatever. I saw that, and I was like, okay, that's pretty awesome. They had a heartfelt moment, connection, whatever. They got an opportunity to finally say goodbye in their own way
he
because
said thank you and stuff like that.
yep.
Yeah,
And
appreciation and stuff.
so they walk off the island, all that stuff,
Yeah. Now going to what you're saying, I
and
will
they
write
release
down.
the
Go
Drake
ahead.
Estrel, which I
Yes.
forgot
Go
he
ahead.
named the damn Drake Estrel, which was fucking awesome. I'm trying to think because he names these characters off of something. And we're gonna mention that here in the next chapter.
Yeah.
Estrel, where?
So who's this guy that? the beast guy is holding? Okay,
Uh,
because the big guy is holding the chick.
no, he's holding the body. He's holding his body.
Oh, the healer's body. I got
Yes,
you. Okay.
he's holding
Okay.
he's holding the body because he has it covered. Remember?
Right. I
Because
got you now.
they're not gonna leave him on the island. That's like
I
no,
get you. I was thinking that was somebody else, but that is the healer. You're right.
nope. That was the only group they had. The
This is
other.
all Japan.
Yep,
I mean, not
Korea.
Japan. I'm
This is
sorry.
South Korea.
Korea. South Korea.
This is
People,
all
right?
South Korea.
Okay.
The Japanese people are all still on the island, or they're if
Yes.
they well if they're off the island and if their bodies were taken off their island, their old old comrades, but they're already off. Like all the Japanese people, have, from my understanding, are all completely got out. So Estriel flies off, and you think that he's going to go out and start clearing up the rest of the ants. But what blows my mind is the Beast Dude.
What about him?
The Beast Dude. No, it wasn't a Beast Dude. But this was another guy. This is from
Yeah, I
this is
still
from
don't,
Japanese.
I don't remember where this guy is at.
This is This is Japan. Yeah, on the boat. So he's on the boat. He's like, that was a monster. You would have seen it when he was fighting that monster. Goto-san. So this is from the Japanese. So this is on the Japanese boat,
This is Japanese guy. That's what
and
you're talking about,
this
right?
is one of the surviving people that actually saw that S rank die, the highest S rank over Japan. The guy with the
Yeah,
blonde hair,
main guy.
he was giving back feedback. He was like, "Hey, you would have seen this ant dude. He was a beast. He was destroyed. He was a monster. Whatever. There's no way we're gonna be able to clear this off." And then the intel guy, the intelligence guy, says, "Hey, just let you know, that monster is dead." And he's like, "There's no way. There's no way. He literally killed Goto-san like easily. There's no way he was there." It's like, "No, we got report. The dude was killed. He was killed by a hunter from South Korea." And they say the name because they were recording the entire fight until after until he asked to cut off the camera.
Yeah.
So scroll through, the ants are there, they're blasted away. He burns the eggs. He realizes he's even getting fucking XP from the eggs themselves, which is also like fucking cheat. He's getting this. He's getting all these weapons, and all of a sudden he forgets he has his beast sword. Fuck! Like, this guy is overpowered. Like, he gets to the point where he realizes, well, shit, I forgot I had this damn sword. Oh shit, it has
But
lightning.
He's mainly been doing stuff by his
By-
own hands. He's not been using other.
He's been
other,
using his
other
daggers.
resources.
He's been using his daggers the entire
He's
time.
an assassin. He's an assassin slash what do you call it? Not warlock. What do they call him?
Reaper.
Reaper. Is it Reaper?
Yep,
What's the
it's
one
Reaper.
that summons things?
Reaper. It was a Reaper.
Necromancer. That's the word I was looking for.
It was a necromancer, but he gravitated to a Reaper. That was the type.
Right,
That's the
so
class he's in now.
I'm just saying, he's been more using his necromancy and his assassination abilities than anything.
But they
He's not
kind
been
of.
actually
But the
warring up or casting a lot of stuff, you know.
so
And
now
if anything, he's casting body enhancement stuff, you know.
no, he's not casting those. Those are automatic passives.
No, those are abilities. Like the ability when we get to 106, when he's doing the fight with the ant, those are abilities that he's cast himself.
On the ant or against the ant?
Against the ant. Those are abilities. Those are not passives.
So
Like his big move in 106.
that's a
passive
skill. That's a skill. That's a move that you're talking. I'm talking, but those are attack. Those are attack moves, and that's not in 106. That's the two chapters before this one, because he kills the ant in those chapters. Now you're mixing up now. Now you got to catch up, bro. Next chapter is a completely different piece. Did you read chapters 106?
I'm re-looking at 105 to see when he's fighting the ant.
Yeah, he gets it's a skill though. But I know what you're talking about. It's mutilate. But that's a skill. He doesn't do any kind of buffs or anything like that. Those are just skills. The body enhancements and stuff like that. The cleanse and the cure and the automatic, oh, you're about to you got bloodlust or whatever. Those are all skills. Even the grip that he has, the little the grasp that he has, that's a skill. That's a move that he's doing.
Okay, so got to that point. I'll be quiet. So 104 and back is the fight.
It's the
Okay,
fight.
so this is
Yeah.
after the fight. All right, I'll be quiet. Go ahead.
So we get back to the island. Now we see America. So America,
Talking about the director. Okay.
America, they have good ties with South Korea because they're like, okay, but they're like, fuck, we gotta get this hunter. We gotta get top of the food chain. So it's already started. It's already fucking started.
This is what
Other
I was
nations.
saying before. This is what I was saying before. Either all hell's gonna break loose if he moves on forward with him and his buddy doing the guild thing, because everybody's gonna want to be in his guild, or he's gonna have to take the back burner and not say a damn thing about the guild that he's gonna try to start running. He's gonna not say. He's gonna have to put the back burner.
Why? Why? Explain to me why.
Because they're gonna say he's overpowered. One.
Okay.
Two. Everybody's gonna want to be on his in his guild. So all the guilds are gonna be pissed off at that particular thing.
I don't think so. Let's pause real quick. So let's take the first point. You say he's overpowered. Okay, he's overpowered. What does that mean for him? No, he is. No, I get that. But what does that mean? Why does that mean? Why does it mean that he has to take a back burner for building his own guild because he's overpowered?
Because they see what he can do for one, and they're gonna want to be over there on that side. So if anything happens,
okay. So why is that bad?
Oh, we can go on to whatever they're gonna call his guild eventually.
Yeah.
And go to him. What's the point of me going to your guild? You're not that special.
So why is it why
your stuff is S rank, and y'all got slaughtered, Japan and somewhat of South Korea, because y'all got beaten by this. But what this one dude can take basically a whole colony of ants and beat the king.
So I'm still trying to figure out what's the problem here.
Why would I want to go anywhere else other than going to back him up?
Okay, so what's the problem? Okay, you're not. So there, problem solved. Why? What's the issue here?
Why would I not want to be on his side? Why would I want to go against him?
Okay, so let's flip this up real quick. I'm the hunter. I just killed out the whole damn island. Okay, now all of a sudden, people recognize. Okay, tell me why I should concern myself on why people know that I'm the strongest person alive, and that I'm running my own guild.
The whole freaking anime up until this point.
Okay, so why does it matter to what? So what's the problem here? I'm not seeing a problem here. Is there a problem?
You don't see a problem with everybody knowing that you exist and you wanted to stay in the dark?
He's not. He knew. I think he knew.
Now your mom that you just got out of a coma.
Yep.
Your sister is now out there.
Yep.
Everybody's gonna know that you have a mother and a sister. So if I want to have malicious intent on you,
and you saw how that turned out.
You and stuff like that.
You saw how that turned out. You saw how that fucking turned out.
They don't know that part.
That's like saying. That's like saying. Okay, I'm Superman in God mode with Ultra Instinct, and now they want to come out their Chi-Chi. That's like a suicide request. You honestly think people are going to come after him and his family? I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
I fucking highly doubt it. There's no weakness for him. They're gonna try. They're gonna for someone.
Think anybody's gonna. You don't think there's more than just higher S ranks up there that think they can take him?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Literally, we saw in the past episodes that they're saying there's more than just regular S tier.
Yeah, and we have no.
You're saying those guys that are higher S tier are not going to even try to.
So you give me a chapter that says, "Hey, there are more people out there that have S ranks." You give me a chapter with that. I'll tell you this right here. There was a chapter that they said in the chapter. The director says, "Oh, there must be another level past S rank, and it must be this guy." There was no evidence saying there are an identified set of people out there.
Look at this whole fucking manga.
You give it to me later. Next part. You're having an issue with he's running a guild and all the other S rank is going to piss the other S rank.
I'm just saying as in a theory.
Honestly, his S rank, his South Korea people, I think they have nothing but respect, and they will say, okay, if he wants to run his own guild, he can run his own fucking guild because he saved our fucking asses. And I honestly think that if there's people who want to go to his team, they wouldn't see no issues with it. In fact, more likely, I could probably see the fucking Beast Tiger dude saying, "Screw this, I'm gonna go to his guild, scrap my guild, and let's merge, and you can be in charge of it." I don't see there any issues
Do you
with
see
internet.
any of those guild people do that?
I
Do
can
you
see it.
see that?
Yep, I do.
After knowing how they are compared to him and how some of them are arrogant, you think they're going to bow down and not be arrogant and say, hey, I want to join this guy's
Pause,
guild.
pause, pause. This was all before he was actually came out. This was all before he saved every fucking life on that damn island. This was all before every single last S rank that was even in charge of a fucking guild actually saw what he could actually do on that fucking island. You're saying that after they go over there and he says, "Hey, I want to run for fucking president, or run my own guild," and you're gonna think that the other S ranks are not gonna have an issue with it? They're gonna probably say, "Okay, you know what? I might not like it, but I can only respect it because at this point in time, he's a fucking god walking among mortal men, and he saved my ass." At this point in time, I can only do what the best thing I could do is say, "Hey, I want to sacrifice my own fucking guild and go to your side." I can absolutely see it. I could name you two people for sure that could probably say that. At least two: the Beast dude and the fucking healer. If they're on the same damn guild,
They're not leaders of the freaking
then
guild. They're part of the guild.
guess what? They can dip out and fucking go to their guild.
You're assuming that they can dip out
I am.
peacefully.
I can't. I am assuming. I'm assuming that they're gonna fucking dip out, cancel their fucking contract, and go to his fucking guild.
Okay. We'll see what happens then.
That's what I'm saying. So America, I don't see an issue. The only issue I see is that they might have his dad or have a locate or information about his fucking dad. That's the only issue I see with America at this point in time coming into this. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? Like at this point in time, are they going to wage war?
His last known location
Was America fighting the dude?
Fighting the dude that he killed's brother. Yes, older brother.
I can't get over that sword though. He just has it tossed over that shoulder. He's like, I should use this sword more often.
We'll see how long that takes.
Yeah, no, I don't think he's going to use. No. So we're nearing the end of chapter 105, and he brings up the fucking ant. So,
yeah.
First off, I thought he was going to fail. I thought he was going to fail.
I kind of wanted him to fail.
I didn't want him to fail. I wanted him to bring him back to life, but I wanted him to have this as a bad summoning. Meaning, this was more of a Madra summon, where he summons him like Kabuto summoned Madra, and then Madra was super over fucking power, and he was able to reverse it and bring himself back to life. That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought the ant was going to come back to life, and then somehow or another be able to reverse the summoning and be able to bring himself or control his own body and power and break his connection. That's what I thought. Just like Itachi was able to do against Kabuto. He was able to break the connection. Because as soon as he brings him, he goes into this darkness of nothing, which we gotta bring this up later. We gotta bring this up now. Where the fuck do you think he went when he went to this darkness?
I'm thinking this is his thoughts. I don't think he actually went anywhere. I'm thinking this is just when he was trying to summon the guy. Uh, he felt this presence, dark presence, whatever you want to go with it, intent presence, and that's what he felt. It's not actually happening inside of the cave that they're in, or colony cave, whatever you want to call it.
Would you think that he would notice at least?
Notice what?
No, he's like he's in a different world or something like that, or at least in his thoughts.
I mean, if you're in your thoughts, you're not in a different world. You're just in your thoughts.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking.
He's
He says,
still present there,
but he says
but
he's
you're
back.
focused.
So and you can and the side transitions is almost as if the whole area was just completely darked out. Like look at if you look at the scene before, it's like okay, the light is actually being gobbled up by the darkness. So it's like as if he's literally going into a dark realm. And then because that's what the artist is making you kind of thinking that he's going to a dark realm, and then he just sees nothing but darkness and all that stuff around him. He even feels it, and then after a while, that darkness kind of subsides and it goes away, and it kind of all gathers up. I almost want to say that the present that darkness that he was, it was just all of the fucking magical energy that the ant had. It was his soul. He literally was inside of the ant's soul, and it was trying to gather it all up in one complete form, and it was able to bring him back out of it. That's what I think it was. What surprised me was he didn't do any failures. He didn't fail
He
not
failed.
once. He
He
failed
failed
against the
twice.
healer.
The healer twice.
But but he says that's because he probably had a strong will not to be brought back to life.
Right. But I mean, but that's the only failures he's had on summoning with the ant issue. On all the other ones, there are lobies up until he got to the main ant, and he didn't fail not one time to bring him up.
He did fail against the fucking Demon King with against on the dragon on in the tower. He failed
Right.
against
Well, we're
somebody
just
him.
talking about the
Yeah. For this
right
chapter.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for right here, other than the healer, nothing failed so far.
So,
But
but he brings him back, and he brings him back with his fucking title, General.
right, which is the new thing for everybody.
Yep.
Is this title?
But
The
what
next thing
shocks
is
me,
also the next thing is also is that the guy still has somewhat his memories, unlike the other guys, which
so we'll bring that. So let me.
we're gonna
So
bring that up in the next one.
yeah. So we got one more. The first thing and the last scene of it all, was shocked me because I thought I was like okay in my mind I was like okay this could be a bad situation. I have a feeling that he could probably go back and slaughter this guy because he's strong. I was thinking this might be a bad summoning, and he was gonna go out and try to kill him. And if he kills him this way, and he's able to break the connection, so that way he can't be extracted or cancel the distraction, he's fucked. Like Hunter Jin Sung is fucked in this situation. He has a
Yeah,
spirit that literally can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can't kill it that he knows, so because he has no body. But he bows. So I'm like, okay, this is going
but
to
I
be
mean,
interesting,
the
nonetheless, to
only thing
see.
he would have to say is unless he like takes him out before he says a word, he can still just say cancel extraction.
He can, or if he's able to break the connection by doing some kind of spell or whatever, then he was fucked. That's why in chapter 106 was big for me. So I want to go scene by scene. So the first scene on chapter 6 is
So we're done with 105 then.
we're going on 105. First scene is you see him and his title General. The ant comes back and says, "Okay, it's the General."
Okay.
He says, "Okay, I've never seen this rank before," and he starts naming them off: normal, elite, knight, elite knight, and he guesses the next one is General. Even I guess his the orc summoning guy is an elite knight. His orc summoning, and I think his wraith guy, his first is Icarus, is a elite knight as well. His tank, I want to say, is a knight. We have to double check. I think his tank and his bear are both knight ranks. I don't think they're elite knights just yet.
Right. I'm trying to look for that
The
picture
chapter,
where he's doing that.
yeah, I think it's back in chapter 70 or something like
Says
that.
no iron was a human. Him talking about that. That's him. That stuff.
So yeah, he
Oh,
So he's talking about the key, or he's about to resurrect the queen.
Okay, so we're skipping a lot to go to the queen. Okay.
No, he's not. I'm literally going in order. I'm only 3 scenes. So he's about to go summon he's about to summon the queen, and
Okay, so
the
you
ant
see the
stops him,
general.
and he says, "Please name me." And he's talking.
Way before that. He's way before that. He's saying this is where he's talking about the ranks,
Yes, and then
and then
he says, "Oh, okay, now it's time to me to summon the queen."
and he talks about okay, and then the guy
And he says, "Hey, my king, can you name me?" And he's talking in native tongue,
okay,
which none of his other shadows were able to do this at the point. So I'm like, okay,
right,
was this like a telepathic thing, or was it him actually talking? And he says, yes, it seems that this ultimate loyalty is the same for this one too, which I'm still skeptical at this point in time. How can you talk to me? I was able to. He was able to. Since he was able to talk before he became a shadow, can he talk now? But that doesn't mean. But that's also different because the orc summoner, he wasn't able to talk. He's not able to talk.
yeah, yeah.
Um, the healer dude, not able to talk, and
Well,
even the
they didn't
tank
give him a
dude,
chance to go any way with it. But yeah, true.
even the
And
tank
then
dude is not able to talk.
true, and then the guy that the brother that he killed, is not able to talk.
What brother? Oh, what brother?
The brother that he has summoned under him, the one that fought his dad, the older brother of him
The tank.
or younger brother. Is that the tank?
That's the
I thought it was a
tank.
completely different guy.
No,
Okay.
yeah, he's the guy who went around and started slaughtering people all over the place.
Okay.
Yeah, he was killing his own crew, and when he came back to the group where Hunter was, he was about to kill them too, and he saw the elves because he led the elves. He was the one who led the elves to Hunter and Jung and the rest of the last group because he was going to kill the rest of them or use them to bring him back to the whirlpool because he'd use them as guinea pigs so he could get out of the damn dungeon.
Right.
So, um, so I guess he's obedient and he's talking. So he's talking to him. He's like, okay, I was the one who killed you. Is there gonna be kind of Is there gonna be kind of issues here? Because if not, I'm gonna fucking cancel your ass. I'm not gonna do with you anymore. Um, I'm not dead. I'm just reborn. So he starts talking to him, saying, "Hey, I'm not dead. I'm reborn. I have new
He didn't
powers."
answer the question though.
He
He
did
didn't
it.
answer his question.
He did it. He said, but he brings back. He says, "My liege." He just shouts out, saying, "No, I am nothing but." But he says, "I have nothing but happiness overflowing in me."
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that that's true. I
That's
could
what
be
I'm saying,
I
dude.
could be hating your freaking guts and say I love you so much.
No, he could be saying, "Hey, I'm happy that I'm back
and when you
alive and I
say
have nothing but this power, but I still don't fucking like you still."
I mean, I could say that and say I like you a lot, but in my thoughts, I'm thinking of a way of taking you out because you killed me, quote unquote.
But he said,
And
but he did say this. He says, "I will always follow you, my liege."
okay,
I don't know. I think Hunter is. I think Jin is skeptical too. I still think he's still a little skeptical
okay,
because he was skeptical against the orc. Remember, he even told him, "You do nothing but the ants. If you fuck up once, I'm canceling you. I'm never summon you out ever again." So even the orc, he really doesn't even trust. The only person he really trusts right now is literally the wraith dude, the wraith of the bear.
the bear, yeah,
I mean, even the tank, he's still. I think he's a little skeptical of the tank, but I think the tank, he has more connection to the tank more than the orc and the fucking ant. I think,
okay,
because I think the tank is just a fucking idiot. Like you could tell, not idiot, but he has those stupid question moments where he's like, yeah, he's
Well, I
not
think it's
all
funny
there.
because I don't think it's that. I think he's just trying to understand what his master or the command was, and trying to understand that. Moments with the bear and the guy, because of
Yeah, I think he.
them bonding,
I
them
think there's.
bonding.
I think there's no issues with the take. I think he's good. I think the take, the bear, and the wraith, they're good.
I
But
like him. I hope they keep.
I
I hope they
like
keep
all
him.
three of them. The orc dude,
I hope they keep him.
I would like to see more character development with the orc. Um,
I agree. Yeah. Let's
but you
see how
get
he
you,
feels.
but you get a lot with the ant because he's able to talk. You don't have to do
For now,
animations and stuff
yeah.
like that.
For
So,
now, yeah.
but what blows my mind is this scene. So you scroll down. I want to get past all this stuff, and he names them after the book of ants or whatever called Baru, and he names the chapter, and he starts to summon the fucking queen, and all of a sudden, all the ants go fucking crazy. All the other ants go crazy, and he's like, "Oh man, my connection got weak."
Not to mention that she's also a general too. When she
That's
gets
true.
summoned.
So what's crazy is I think the ant, the general ant Baru, he knew this. He knew she was going to have this ability. He wants to make sure he gets named first and still stays on his graces, so that way he can, kind of guide him and
But
mentor him or whatever. He
but
should have
that
told.
also could go a different way and see how weak his connection is, and see if he can leave, even though he's reanimated.
True, true.
Like
He never canceled it. He did. He could have easily told him, say, "Hey, don't summon her. Is a bad idea."
he could have, he could have, he could have. I mean,
So
but then he explains what her
her ability is, or what her mate.
her natural ability is,
Yep.
which overrides his connection with them
Yep.
because it's her natural ability, normal ability, whatever you want to call it. So he says
Cancel it.
he's canceling it, and it's better.
There's no point.
rather
There's
have
no.
him fight with two heads in the organization,
Yep.
which is
There's no need.
Wraiths.
It'll be him and the queen. There's no point.
There's no point of it. So he cancels the extraction. So it's mainly the king still staying there, and he moves on. So um, moving on to the next slide,
He tells us summonings not to
he tells
bring in the crystals.
to stop collecting crystals and stuff like that. It was kind of funny in my opinion.
Yeah, they go. They go.
Because
Like
it's like, uh oh, I don't
it's like grabbing him. Like go.
I don't, I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't grab anything. What are you talking about? So he drops off. He says,
One throws him in the air. I'm like, okay,
yeah,
eat. He just eats him. I'm like, okay.
yeah.
And I like the one shadow in the background you can see where he just like, oh, right. So you see the one all the way on the right, and you see the
Yeah.
little one that's stick his head up. It's like, oh, what?
Yeah, it's like what did I miss?
I want to use that as an emote. I'm probably going to use that as a fucking emote. Oh.
I'm not gonna let you get me that.
That one and the yeet one. It'd be like, yeet. Those are some good emotes, man.
Anyway, I'm done with you. So
I'm finding the emote artist on point now so I can make some fucking emotes for some of these shadows. I'm going to do some for the tank. I'm going to do some for
with you. We're going
with
back
a bear.
to the anime. The manga, I mean. We're going back to the manga. So,
oh, this is going to be
the only
good.
thing he keeps out of this thing so far is the crystal that comes from the body of the king.
But he didn't get the queen, which was crazy. He could have got the queen's crystal, but I guess he left. I think he said, even with all the ants that he's going to kill and all the stuff here, they need the queen one too because they're going to need to rebuild this whole fucking island.
He brings it up, but we don't know if that uses his. We don't know if the crystal breaks if he cancels the extraction because he did bring her up.
True.
Breaks the crystal or not.
True.
I'm assuming that part.
True.
That's together.
True.
So he gets the crystal of the king. We don't know what happens to the queen's crystal, which you brought up. I didn't even think of that until now. But
see,
anyway,
come on, me, man.
So we move on. move on. The problem here. Okay, so now they assess the situation they're in after.
Yep. He gives a
Uh,
count of how many ants are
he gives
left.
a
There's about 4,000 ants on the island. He's like, damn, there's a lot. All right. Well, we'll have to be
so
busy.
out of 8,700 before the
4,000.
raid started,
Half.
went down to 4,000. Still, that he has to go through. Thought there was a lot less that got killed, but a lot more were killed than he was expecting. I think he wanted to make more of them, but I guess it didn't work out the way he wanted to.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
So he gives the king his first assignment.
Yeah. He says,
He gets
can
his
you
first
finish them all off if I give you the order? I guess this is test one to see
Yeah,
how much his loyalty is. And he
pretty
says,
much.
give me the order. And all of
I'll
a
do it
sudden,
if you give me the order.
so what's crazy is what threw my mind is like, oh my god, is that the other chick? And it is the other chick. So you get one of the one of the other S ranks on the other island on another ship, and then you get
Okay,
to
we're
see
going back to the ships.
yep.
Yeah.
So you see, and then you see the group that he saved from the orcs. So you
Yeah.
see the night and the summer from there. You see some other hunters. I don't remember. I don't recognize the hunters over there that says slaughter every single last one of them. I don't recognize them. Um, I see another fucking guy who apparently went crazy or mad. I guess this is from Japan. I guess these. So I guess the panels where after that you see the knight and the mage. I think all the other ones, the next set of scenes are Japan because I don't recognize them. I don't recognize the guy who's like, I can't believe this.
The
No one's gonna.
Reaper, the other people that we don't recognize is from the Reaper Guild. So
Uh,
basically, if you go further, we'll recover. So I'm thinking this is all the same people that got beat up in the Orc thing, which is a part of Reaper Guild, and
oh,
now they're trying to recover their rep
got you.
because of that particular incident.
True.
So that's my thing. And as you said, like this one guy is cracking underneath the pressure
Yep.
of the monster thing,
Yep.
and the guy that's not even, I don't know, maybe lower than him, maybe a B or something lower. This A rank guy, I mean, this guy's literally saying that he's just an empty shell. This guy's gone.
He's gone. He's not coming
He's gone.
back.
He's not coming back. This guy's head, he is broken right now. So um, he keeps walking past him to go forward, and then we see the healer and the healer and the firearm guy. I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
So from the So that was he was the captain of his first guild. So that's the healer, and that's the guy who
The
lost his
healer.
arm because he
I
remember he
see.
was
Yeah, you're
trapped
right.
and he lost his
Yeah,
arm. So he only has one arm, as you see. He has
I
his right
see.
arm and
Yeah,
his left arm is gone.
I see it now. I see the brilliant, brilliant mind right there. I didn't even look at his coat. You're right. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So you see. So next scene you see is just
Yeah. And so the ants is
getting
are
slaughtered.
closing in on them, and then you see the little animation thing that
They're
you were
like, I
talking
didn't even
about.
see it. I didn't even see it. They're like,
It's so
I don't even
fast,
see it.
so fast. And the chick says, "What just killed the ants now?" And the guy said, "It's just so fast. I
Dude,
can't catch it with my own eyes."
dude, I
He said,
so
and then
so
you see the guy zooming in with his
his claw, his talon.
claw just going through those ants, just wrecking face, and then it's the end of it. But I mean, it's pretty good for
So
all that stuff that just happened.
so let's talk
Pretty good.
let's talk love triangle. So healer chick is
I
still
don't.
around. You got the
I
other
would.
sniffy one, and you got the orc one. You got
I'm gonna
three.
say. I'm gonna say it's gonna be right now, unless she says something different or does something different. It's just the
S rank.
S rank chick and Jimmu.
I think so
Sunwoo.
too. I
That's
think that's
all
gonna
two
be how
right
it's gonna
now.
end up.
I think it's gonna be, unless she does something miraculously and crazy that makes him pay attention to her. It's
I don't
gonna
want
be the
her.
S rank chick
I'm done with her.
and
She retired. She ran away.
Sunwoo.
She ran away. She didn't even support him.
Actually, I respect respect her right now because she's still doing the thing that freaks her out
That's true. She
since
cracked
the
too.
since the since the first
Yep.
dungeon. But she's still going. She's got my respect right now. She's up a little bit, but right now this S rank chick is a little bit higher than her because one of her status, and two, she makes you makes it intriguing on how
I want to ship them too.
she's.
I want to see the S rank the chick ship to Jen. I do. I really wanted them shipped. I really do. I really do.
Okay.
It
Alright.
just it looks makes it look good.
It's gonna be
Okay.
interesting to see a S rank and then another S rank if there's gonna be a love triangle or not. We don't know how he feels about either one of them yet.
I
We're
don't
just
think he's
assuming that
focused on it
there's.
right now.
I don't think so, but I mean,
I need to know what's his next chapter because honestly, at this point in time, this is the end of the Ant arc. This is it.
well, he's got to finish cleaning up, yeah, and
Yeah,
then we're going to see what happens with the
yeah, the
nations.
backlash and all that. But other than that, this is it. So
Yeah,
this next chapter, next 2 or 3 chapters are going to be leading up to the next biggest threat, which honestly it could be anything. It could be the brother. It could be a whole nation coming after him.
yeah, it could be it.
It could be another threat. It could be the
It could be
whisperers
another
that's
threat.
doing
Yeah,
that. So who knows what's going to happen now? But
it
I'm
could be. I mean, also we don't know anything about his dad yet. We don't know where he is currently.
he could be used as a
Like you said,
hostage
his
situation or whatever. Like
all this stuff. Same thing with his mother and sister. How they're gonna feel about him now because they're watching. They're literally watching the thing happen. So what's gonna happen with that?
I don't know,
Because
man. It's
is the mom gonna be upset at Jim because he didn't say anything to her about
so
this?
I'm throwing out my own theory crafting. I or my hypothetical what I think is going to happen.
Okay,
I
so
have a
we're gonna
feeling.
go to hypotheticals. Got you.
I feel as if that his mom is going to go under again because of the spiritual magical pressure that her son has, and this time she doesn't recover. She just dies. But then also on the flip side, puts his sister in the same coma that his mother was in.
Okay.
I have a feeling that's what's going to happen next. And then on the flip side, here's my second theory I'm going to throw out there. I have a
Okay.
feeling. So first and foremost, we always talked about okay, we have these hunters that go out and close up these rifts that open up around the world and kill these bosses that are in these rifts. But they never elaborate on how these rifts occur. What's happening with these rifts? Why are they popping up on the world? It's just a known event. Here's my hypothetical. Here's what I'm thinking. I have a feeling that there's 2 different ways. They're wormholes. I think these are wormholes that are being ripped apart based off of the spiritual magical pressure that is being on both sides of the wormhole. So, for instance, you have a demon world where these worlds are actually at, and you have this boss that has a bunch of magical pressure, and they're wanting to go into the other world. So what they do is build a magical pressure and focus it on one fine point. Then you have an S rank accidentally walking around or whatever, and all that magical energy is just being colliding into one another, and is breaking that rip is tearing apart these rifts that are opening up these doorways into the human world. That's what I feel is happening, and I think actually he's able to tap into that ability by actually not without with using his own magical pressure, using the keys as a funnel point to teleport his body into the other worlds. That's what I feel is what's happening.
I think that you have. I agree to a certain degree about the dimensions because it makes you feel like uh, the Shield Hero, where they
Yes.
just randomly come up.
Yeah. They were just magically popping into the gates and everything like that.
And they
So,
come up from no
yep.
rhyme or reason. They just pop up all of a sudden, and they're their own little planet, but something makes this rift happen, and now their planet or wherever they're at dimension comes into our dimension,
Yep.
and they just start coming in and stuff like that. Or there is a big bad that's just
Who's just
finding
opening up these things?
finding this, either doing them randomly or finding a weak point somewhere around the globe and just saying open, 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 and that kind of thing. So there could be either one of those things. I just don't know. I think the dimension thing is a thing, but
Because they get that from Digimon. If you think back at
I don't know
Digimon,
what causes. I just don't know what causes or what's the trigger for the rift other than the keys that he's been having from this being that's in him,
mhm.
or outside of that. I don't know what causes this thing. So I completely agree, ish, to a certain degree with that. Now, we have the world, we have the hunters, because we don't know what gives them those gifts to begin
Yeah,
with, too.
it's just this energy that flows in them. It's like a current that's flowing in, and everyone, and then somehow or another, some of them are able to get stronger and get to a certain ability, and then some
Yep.
just get capped out or don't have any magical powers at
Right.
all.
It just depends on the person's ability, their
But
ability
that they're born
themselves.
with.
They're born with, or or just happens because some of them just uh, awaken.
They're mutants.
Okay. Um, and
Boss is
that's what
spawning in
happens.
10 minutes.
So like I was saying, we have the world, we have the abilities coming out of nowhere, and then if they're not closed within a certain amount of time, they open up completely, like the ant little colony that, and they're there. It just stays there permanently until they get cleared out. So, um, there's that thing. What else? Um, I just don't. I don't. I think that's pretty much it. I mean, because we talked about the world itself to a certain degree, the people, the inhabitants. What happens if they're left alone? Um, we talked about the main character. Is there anything else?
What are they doing with the crystals?
The crystals they sell for money. I
Yeah,
don't know if we
but
were
what?
told
But
what they were doing for crystals. I don't know if we were told
I
that.
mean, I'm thinking maybe they're refining them to magical weapons or whatever, or
Oh, it
things like
could be
that.
used for building weapons.
Weapons and
Yep, it
armor.
could be weapon and armor. That could be. I
Hmm.
was gonna say as a resource or something like that, but I forgot that they said that they may be using that for that. So that could be that too. So that could be a reason. So yeah, I think it'd be either used as a resource, or if it's not, it'll be your armor thing that you were talking about, armor or weapons remade for it. So
Hmm.
either one of those will work.
So you're gonna be mad at me, but but I have read and I am caught up on the manga of Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. Wait one. Oh yeah, I don't want to know anything about it.
You're gonna be waiting a bit.
I'm waiting for the second season to come out. Well, actually, I'm waiting for the movie to come out, then the second season to come out.
The movie, I know what's gonna happen on the movie.
Good for you. I'm still waiting for the movie to come out and the second season to come out. If you could talk about it without giving away anything, feel free. But other than that, we're done. I guess we're done. All
No,
right.
no,
So
I'm
what else?
thinking, I'm thinking, I'm thinking.
If you have to think that hard, I mean, you just recently read the manga, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to think
So
where we caught up on. So last scene that we know is he's joining. He asked about
they're on the train. They
yes.
left and gone on a train. So the fire
Oh yeah,
guy is
yeah,
on the train,
yeah. And he was gonna
and then
add he
everybody else gets on the train.
yes, but he doesn't know the fire dude's on the train.
Correct.
But
Correct.
he is looking for the fire dude so he can find out more about his ability.
His second ability that he can do that he doesn't know for sure if he can do yet. But yeah,
Okay.
that's about it. That's as far as we got. And the big bad is there too. One of them actually.
One of them. One of the upper moons.
Yep.
Let me think. And everyone doesn't like him except for like 2 people. Right? The water dude is fine with him. The insect chick is fine with him. No, I take that back. The fire dude is fine with him. Because the last scene of it, they're doing their meeting with the high leader, and they're talking about all the new demon hunters are all fucking pussies and they can't fight worth anything. They're like, man, they're worthless. We are screwed at this point in time. But they bring up him. They're like, no, he's kind of good. Like, because they were able to say, hey, he was even able to headbutt the wind dude and catch him off guard. So the fire dude recognizes him, and he accepts him, but he's still not okay with the decision of the demon chick still alive. That's what his issue is right now. But I think the insect chick is fine with him. I think the water dude is fine with him, and I think I want to say the love chick is fine with him too, because the love chick is just, she has no beef or quarrels with anyone. The only people I think really are fucking pissed off about it, one, the flamboyant dude, which can I spoil one thing about him? It's minor. It doesn't really matter.
Okay.
He's a shinobi. He's a ninja dude. So,
Okay.
so him, so he doesn't like
the
it.
guy that they for the training, that guy, the guy that was with him to begin with.
No. So all of the upper demon people, you have the love chick, which is the green hair. Yes.
Okay,
you have the fire dude who is okay with him, but is still iffy on Nezuko being alive because she's a demon. You have the water dude, which you have the insect chick who she's okay with him because she realizes, okay, he has no bad will or whatever. And I want
she
to.
Kind of believes
he believes in him and wants him to prove everyone else wrong because she has a lot of shit.
She felt that she felt that same way back in the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
You have the snake dude who absolutely fucking hates him, says because demons should be dead. You have the wind dude who fucking stabbed her, and yeah, hates demons altogether. You have
that guy I don't like right now.
So you have the wind snake. You have the wind snake who absolutely hates him. You have the big Buddha dude who doesn't like him. I don't want to say he doesn't like him, but doesn't respect him. I would say that he doesn't respect him at this point in time.
Okay.
And then you have the mist dude who has no ill will but doesn't care either way. And then you have, last but not least, let me see. You got the boulder, love, snake, mist, insect, the flamboyant dude who just doesn't like him either and wants to kill him. So it's interesting. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I will say that the fights get a lot milder. Hopefully the anime extends them. I need to go back and probably read the other previous chapters to see how they did the arts and the fights on those. And if the anime just added more to it, and if they do, then that explains why it's going to take a bit for them to come out, because they're literally adding more content to the anime. But from what I read, there's one fight that's really big, but you do get to see, and I'm going to say this, you get to see him and with the other demon hunters. So you get to see the connection and kind of character building from that perspective. So you do have something to look forward to, because every single last one of those demon hunters, and you see in the upper chapters, you get to see his and Nezuko's interactions and how they how they either tear apart or build or do some kind of character development around their connection with one another. So that's something that you can look forward to in the next couple of chapters or next season that comes out. If they're going to break it out as chapter wise, chapter 2 is going to end pretty soon. Because chapter 3 or the next block, they're on hold. And they're on hold because it's the big bad fight.
Not him, but the big bad fight, the one that's on the train, big bad, right?
No. You'll probably the trade will probably be they'll probably do all of the trade saga plus a couple of other like flashback moments of other things in one block. The next block is going to be season 2, which I'm not going to spoil anything that happens on the trade and season 2, and that's going to be with the interactions with the rest of the other leaders, and then that's going to be in chapter 2. Chapter 3 is a big bad fight
with the main guy. Okay.
Yep. And
moons. She killed all of them except for
no.
one.
You right now you have the upper moons. He has 5. He has 3 or 4. No, he still has 6 upper moons left. All the other ones were lower moons. Remember that. So,
but he killed most of them except for one because
he killed all.
Because that one's on a plane on the train, so that's the one
No.
bad.
So all of the ones that you see in here on after are all upper moons. Everyone else that you saw killed before were all lower moons. The little boy, he was a lower moon. He was working himself up to be an upper moon.
But when you go before the train issue, where you go into the when they were summoned, right? The
yes,
bad people.
Those are all upper moons.
That's what I'm talking about. So he killed all of the most. I think there's like 5 of them, and he killed all but one because I guess he chose
that one to stay alive. Yep.
Yeah, he chose right. He said something that's right, and he said, "You have this one last chance to kill this dude," and they go on the train, and then that was it.
But after that,
is there any more after that?
Yes.
Any more moves after
so
that?
It's always going to be a cabinet. He just literally pushed the reset button on his cabinet. We even talked about it. He's like, oh shit, he just killed out his whole board of directors, and he's going to have to rebuild them because he's just not going to leave his board of directors empty.
That's true. Okay.
So he literally killed off his board of directors, and he's bringing them back, except for one, and he's giving him this last chance, which is on the train. But he does have another lineup of other people because it moves people up. You know, it moves, it shifts everyone's person's rank up as they go through.
Right.
So that's what you have, and then as the chapter 2, the second season, and the third season is the big bad fight, which I am currently in right now.
Okay.
So,
but you said they're on hold for this one right now on the chapter 3.
The last chapter just happened. Last episode just happened last week. But I haven't. No, it would happen a week before last. So they haven't released a new one. They said they released a new one today. I looked and it's still old.
Okay, so you're just waiting for that to drop then. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, I haven't seen a new. I want to see. Yeah, this is old. I'm looking at chapter 192. And that's old. It's not even 192. I'm on like one. Fuck, what chapter is it on? 195 is the last one, which came out February 21st. So it came out this week. So we should hopefully come out with another chapter this coming week, which ooh.
Is it getting good?
The fight was it was a slaughter so far.
Okay. Is it a good fight at least? You can't tell me that.
The fight
I
is
don't.
no, I can't
Don't
even
tell
say
me.
that. The
You can't
fight.
tell me. Don't tell me who was in the fight. I'm just saying, is the fighting good?
Well, I
Is it
could
at
tell
least
you who's
good?
in the fight. It's the big bad. It's just him.
It's just him and the main character. Is what you're
It's
saying.
just him and it's just him and the demon slayers.
Okay, that's good.
I'm just
That
gonna
works.
leave it as a generic group of people. It's just him
Okay.
and the demon slayers at this point in time,
Okay. All right.
and it's a
Is it
slaughter.
a good fight? Even though it's a slaughter? Oh, come on, man. I guess so. All right.
I'm
I guess
trying to
that
think.
could be expected.
I'm trying to think.
I guess that's to be expected. Am I gonna drop this season? Am I gonna drop this freaking
No,
anime?
no. For the love of God, no, you won't. Fuck no. No, you might think that you're going to divorce this chick, but you're probably just going to give just your half of money. Like it's the anime gets super fucking good. Even the train saga and everything like that, even that shit, the character, like honestly, I don't even watch this anymore for the fights and the techniques about it. I look for it for the fucking human and the emotions. Like,
Okay.
good God, like the emotions that go through each chapter.
Does the electric guy die?
The emotions are just
Damn
fucking
it.
amazing.
Damn it. Oh.
I will say this. You're gonna actually say, oh, I have a little more respect for the lightning guy now.
I doubt that, but okay.
So I will say this. They did foreshadowing with him. Remember when he fought the spider guy? He was getting
Yeah.
infected. And he was talking about all his flashbacks with his grandpa, and then he sees one of his comrades that throw a peach at his face. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, what's up with that relationship and what's going on? And
Yeah.
you and I think the issue with him, is
You assume that that's his brother of some kind.
yeah,
Or
you think
a
you
relative.
assume that you assume that there's some kind of like there's family relations.
Yeah.
Your issue with him is he's always a little bitch. He's just
True.
complete. But my thing is, so hear me out. Not trying to trigger
Okay.
you at all. Okay?
All right.
My
All right.
issues with Vegeta before Boo, the Majin Buu or the Buu series and all that, my
Yeah.
issue with Vegeta was he was a bitch, and I knew why he was a fucking bitch. Because he wanted to be strong, but he could never be strong. And why was it not me? The problem with you, and the reason why I don't see the same issue with the lightning dude is because there's a question mark there. Vegeta, I knew why he was a little bitch. The lightning dude, why is he a little bitch? He's strong as fuck. You can see that shit. But why does he not want to fight? Why is he always like this? Why? Why? You see why. You see why, and you see him say, "Okay, me, this part of me has to go because I have to put my pants on because I gotta
See.
do something that I gotta do something. I gotta set things right." And with that said,
My question is with that is if he does that, is this going to be a one-time thing, or is
no,
this like, or is this going to be okay? This is going to be permanent because of the fact that if I don't do this way all the time, I'm going to wind up dead.
yes,
That's my thing.
it's that.
If
Plus, it's not just that. It's not just him being dead. It's more than that. It's I don't want to see more people that I care for die.
okay,
Because remember, you don't know what happened to his grandpa.
true, you don't. You just go to the flashback to where he
You don't
only
know
knows about the
you don't know
one
what's going
move.
on with
The other guy.
the other guy. So
Yeah.
you have respect for him. But and now I will say this: I did have an issue with the Beast dude. I have a little more a little more. He fits my Vegeta factor, where he had one little moment where I'm like, okay, I have nothing but respect for you now because you you did something that should have you said something that should have been there that no one else was going to say, and I did not expect it to come from you. So I have nothing but respect for you at this point in time. So he comes into that Vegeta factor. What I want from him now is to build on that. I want him to become where Vegeta is now, where I have nothing but respect for Vegeta at this point in time. Like right now in the Super Series, nothing but respect for him. I do. I respect, and the stuff that I'm being spoiled about the manga and the direction that they're going with Vegeta, I can see nothing but saying, okay, you know what, Vegeta? I'm dropping Goku. Gohan, I can only hope that they can bring him back and resurrect him. But
he's gone.
My new, well, the manga, how they're going. So, but right now, where I like to root for the underdog. And Vegeta is an underdog. And for me, the way the direction they're going with Vegeta, I am so shipping with Vegeta at this point in time. Like, the way he's going and everything, that's how I'm going with him. Same thing with the direction they're going with Vegeta. That's the direction I want them to do with the Beast Dude.
Okay. So who is Goku?
Who's Goku?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's whatchamacallit. It's Kamadu, or it's the Flame Dude.
The main guy.
Yeah.
The main guy.
Okay. 100%, 10 times down, it's him. And the reason why it's him is because it's not because of his ability. It's because of what he does.
Reminds me of he shows me a lot of his determination, like Goku determination.
He reminds me of.
He has the same determination as Goku does when he sets his mind on something.
He does,
do it.
But his thing about him is, it's not about his natural power. It's about, I want to say he's like a what's that anime where he just connects with people. He's like a Naruto to me. He reminds me of a Naruto, where he just has a bunch of power, and he's just he's not overpowered, but he's fucking really strong. But it's not his strength, it's his ability to connect with people and build up and use that as his strength. That's what I feel off of him. Because, and you will see that, you see a little bit with him as he makes a connection with the insect chick.
Yeah, with the healing, when he's healing. Yeah, I'll give you that.
And then also you get a little bit with the water dude, a little bit, because he could easily slaughter him, but he's like, okay, I see potential with him,
right? Yeah.
And even when he interacted with him, he vouched for him. He said when he was in the captain, he's like, no, I vouched for him. I wrote a letter, and if he fucks up, kill me. I put in my heart in his hand.
Yeah.
So it's those connections, those small chances of putting faith in him. That's why I feel that he has. It's not his ability. He has a lot of power, and there's reasons why he has a lot of power, which I'm not going to get into. Well, you can. It's about his dad and the dance and all that shit with it.
Well, we saw that.
Yes.
That last fight,
Yes.
yeah.
But there's a method to the dance itself. I'm not going to go into details about it, but I want to say that dance is inherited upon generation. And it talks about that. It talks about that in the manga, because he gives he trains him to do the dance, and also once he trained him and he understands the dance, he gives him the earrings as a sign of you passed the dance. But there's a symbol behind the dance itself that I'm not going to go into. But yes, he has a lot of power, and he is given a ability that no other person will be able to get up to there. Just like Naruto, just like a lot of people out there. It's a typical shonen. This is a typical shonen jump. He is a little shonen jump. How they're gonna branch off of him, I have no idea. How they're gonna do, whether they're gonna continue with this or where's the end of it, I have no clue. Like right now, they're fighting the big bad, which I'm like, okay, this is fucking quick. So
I mean, am I? And I don't
Unless
know. The only way.
unless this fight is a failure and the big
That's the
bad gets
only point.
away, that's the
Yeah.
only way.
Yeah.
But the way they're trying to build off of him and everything like that, it's kind of like, okay, something's gonna fucking happen. Either he's going to fucking die and it's going to be the end, or the big bad's going to die and it's going to be the end. So I'm curious to see what's the next chapter or what's going to happen in this next season too, because this fight is it's a slaughter. It's a fucking slaughter. It's a massacre.
Okay.
Like I haven't
Let's
seen a
move
slaughter
on.
like this since Tokyo Ghoul, dude.
Okay, let's move on.
So,
We can,
anywho, I
so
got
we
nothing
won't
else.
get, so we won't spoil.
I got nothing
Um,
else.
yeah,
Games.
huh?
Games. You got anything?
Games. I am currently playing.
Go ahead and make your marker.
I'm
You're playing
working on
Final
it.
Fantasy and you're playing Grim Dawn.
So I am currently playing Grim Dawn and Final Fantasy. I'm waiting on you to finish your part so we can continue playing Final Fantasy.
The
I
story. The
finally got
story's out,
my
right?
dancer. Yeah, you should have got an update.
Yeah, I
Open
did
it
get
up.
an update. Yeah, you're right.
Um, uh, crap. So Final Fantasy, I'm pretty much done. Last night I got my dancer to 80. So
Congrats.
thanks. So I'm just I think you said you had to do, and then you should
I have to
be
do. I have to
finishing up
do
after that.
the. Yeah, I have to do the stupid hero quest,
Oh, the Hero Quest. That's what it is.
and
Hero
then once I'm
Quest,
done
and
with the
then
hero
you can
quest,
move on from there.
yep. Oh,
And then I'm
dude,
playing Grim Dawn, which is like a in my opinion, I could be wrong, but it could be like a what is it, Diablo,
that's what I
duel,
heard.
the, with co-op also. Um, it to me, I'm enjoying it.
Looks good
I hope you would too if you were playing with some
with someone
with
else.
me or something like that. Um, because you have it's I'm sorry, it's like Diablo and Path to Exile
Yeah,
because you have portals. Um,
it's a
you don't
top
have to worry about
view. It's a top view hack and slash game, pretty much.
yeah, you don't have to worry about so far worry about identifying, wasting your inventory space. Um,
The
you
trees
can
don't look too bad either. I'm looking at it right now.
and once you choose one and you get to a certain level, you get to choose another. So you can get two specs if you wanted to.
Okay.
So currently I am what is it called?
Still going for that necromancy. I know you are.
There's no necromancer in this game. I wish it was though.
Really?
Crap is it called? There's no necromancer in here. There's a Van Helsing looking character. You have a
You have a witch
uh,
or sorceress
uh,
chick. It looks like.
you have a druid. You have the Van Helsing one, and then you have a start so I can see give you the right information. Um, druid, the Van Helsing character. You have so let me go into it and then go to
You can dual class combine all six distinct classes.
yeah.
So you can
Helsing looking one is
so you bases you have your soldier, you have a
you have
demolition,
occultist,
you have a
yeah,
cultist,
demolition,
nightblade,
occultist, and you have a shaman.
arcanist, and a shaman. Arcanist.
Yes, so you can dual class those, and I just dual class my shaman with
I
the
knew it.
occultist right now.
I knew it. You're making a necro, dude.
How am I making a necro?
A
There's
sh-
nothing about bringing people back from the dead in any one of those.
You're doing
I have a crow. I literally have a crow.
So
if
what
you're
does the
talking
shaman
about the
do?
occultist.
What does the shaman do? He
The
can't summon
shaman,
spirits or anything like that.
he summons a freaking Barthathorn. It is a tenacious beast born of Bramley Woods and wild magic. Skilled shaman. Okay, that's that. Which can summon a familiar, which is a crow. That's it. There's no dead. No dead whatsoever.
There's no spirits, no.
If you want to call a familiar a spirit, that's as
Yeah,
close as you're gonna get.
yeah. A
Okay.
familiar is a spirit.
Okay, so that's it. There's no dead though.
How many? Key control.
One of each. Since I have a shaman, I can summon the tree thing, and then I have the occultist, which is the crow, so you can summon one of each.
Okay.
But yeah, that's that. Then you have the demolition guy, demolition thing, which is the guy that does fire and shooting at the same time.
Oh, I see what it is. So there is a necro build that you can build yourself. It gives you the Kabbalist. Yeah, so you bring the necromancer plus occultist. So it is out there. I'm looking at a page right now. There's several builds
like
of them.
Build to make a necromancer.
So it's
That's interesting.
Yep, necromancer
not,
and occultist.
So I'm gonna preface this. I have not looked at this game before.
I haven't either. It
I
looks
haven't
good.
looked up any of this stuff. I like builds or anything. I haven't looked up anything for it. I am not looking up maps or anything. I'm just figuring it out as I go. I'm probably
There is a
necromancer.
dude. There is a fucking necromancer. I knew there was a fucking necromancer. Soldier demo. I'm look on my screen. Soldier, demolition, occultist, nightblade, the arcanist, shaman, inquisitor, necromancer, and oathkeeper. It comes out in a fucking.
Those are not even in the game right now.
They are in the fucking game right now. Do you have the
DLC?
Do you have the fucking DLCs? Because there's 2 DLCs that's been out.
I got the base fucking game. I got the base game.
That explains a lot.
I just got the game. I literally said I got the game. I
didn't
say I get the DLC.
So go ahead and get the DLC. It's $5, and then you get your necromancer.
I don't even care. I wasn't even looking for doing the necromancer. I was just playing the fucking game. God, I can't even have my own fucking game without having to freaking be in a spot for you and play as a necromancer.
How much is it? $24.
The game itself, base.
Yeah, it's $24. And then there's
I got this one on sale. I think it was $6 when I first got it.
Fuck! I missed the sale for that. I'm gonna have to wait until it goes on sale because I'm not spending. Because I want to get, if I get it, because I'm looking at the spell trees, I would like to get an Inquisitor and a Nightblade. Because the Inquisitor is,
yeah, it was literally $6.36 or something.
Fuck.
When I first got it.
I should have took that. I didn't even think about it. Shit. Okay, I'm gonna put on my watch list, add to my wish list, and then whenever it goes on sale.
I'm gonna have to probably still, unless the bundle goes on sale. I mean.
Yeah, so that's what I'm looking for. Because I want to go get 17.
$33.
Shit. Because you got the Crucible. What's Crucible mode? Yeah, so Crucible mode is probably a dungeon mode, and then you have the Ashes of Malamoth expansion. I don't need the other packs. The Lola's pack is just items, and then the 2 Lola's packs are just items, and then there's whatchamacallit. So
can I do separate stuff? Can I just let me just see bundle info?
Shit.
So we will want the Crucible mode, and then no, you just want the expansions, then, don't you?
Yeah.
You don't want the DLC.
No, I want the DLCs too, because the DLCs add to the story and stuff like that, and also new maps and everything. Damn, they have another one. Forgotten Gods. Shit. So you have Ashes of. God, how many DLCs is it?
So what I see is the main game, which skips for me because I already have the game, and
yep.
Then you have
Ashes
mode DLC. You have Ashes, and then you have Forgotten Gods expansion. That's the only 3 things I got still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's it.
So it will still be $33.97 for me.
Yep.
Just for that.
Yeah, I'll hold off.
Anyway.
I'm gonna hold off. Now you liking it?
Yeah. I enjoy it a lot. I really do. I'm enjoying it a lot. What was I gonna say? I like it a lot. I've been playing it. It scratches my itch right now. I'm enjoying it a lot, really, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
I and remake it when I'm ready to stream it, which I probably already am ready to stream it, so I can stop where I am. I haven't got too far, but holy jeez, this map is fucking huge. It is huge.
Is the story any good? Because that was my issue with Path. Path story sucked.
So Path, I mean, with this story, it's probably better than Path's.
Is it closer to Diablo? Because Diablo, I like Diablo because I was like, okay,
I haven't been paying attention a lot to it because I didn't want to spoil myself with the story. Um, right now, the beginning of the game, you are possessed, right? You're
okay,
possessed by a demon or some kind. You are captured by a sorceress and two other guys. I forgot what their class are, but yeah. So the sorceress has you bound right now.
okay,
The leader, the main guy that's telling them what to do and stuff, is telling them what I mean, are asking what can we do? I mean, how do we get this guy out of him, or how do we stop this type thing? The second guy is saying just kill the guy, just end it, be done with him, right? We
okay,
don't need him. There's no point of it. But the other guy says we need help. We're running. I mean, it's just us right now trying to stop this from happening. Type of Diablo type invasion of dead people and stuff like that kind of thing. You know, that kind of stuff, right?
yeah,
So they decide, all right, we have no other way of dealing with it. We're going to hang him. So as they hang him, the spirit talks to this guy and says, "We were here first. This was our planet or whatever you want to call it, and we were here first, and we were tricked or something by your old god, by the old gods that were here at one point,
okay,
and were banished to this other place, other dimension, I guess you want to call it. And
okay,
from there, they hang him. The spirit leaves. You don't see where he goes. He just leaves. He said he's human now. Take him down. The other guy says, "Fuck him, kill him." The guy says, shooting the rope, "No, we're not going to kill him. He's back to normal," and shoots the rope, and the guy is unconscious. So
okay,
as you're drifting to unconsciousness, you hear the leader guy saying, "When he wakes up, send him to me." And when you wake up, there you are, and you begin your quest. And basically, you're just doing right now. I'm just doing quests, running back and forth. Well, actually, not running back and forth, teleporting from one place to another when there's a portal there for me to do it.
So do you have to keep
Plus,
going back and forth, and like, is it that, you know, bandit or the rubber band questing that you typically do in most of the games, or is it not like?
this is currently your main hub, so yes, you have to for right now.
Mm,
But as you go, there's other people spread out in the map to do quests for while you're out there, so you
okay,
could probably do that. You have your own portal, which does not cost any resources. You just have it automatically,
okay,
and you port back and forth. You can carry two sets of different weapons. You have your uh, weapon set one, and you have your weapon set two. So
okay,
you can go range and long range. That's currently how I got mine right now.
good,
Um, it doesn't change your build or anything. It's just how you want to set up your weapons and stuff.
okay,
Um, what else? You saw the mapping for the specs,
mm-hmm,
and uh, you also get a stat point to go up in your stats. So your stat point, your attribute stats, you can have a point in you physique, cunning, or spirit.
mm,
And once you get it, and then we can go from more from there. But it to me, I am enjoying it a lot. I'm probably going to hold off on going any further with it until I start streaming it. I'll probably just buy you the freaking game so you can start playing it with me. Um, so yeah, that's pretty much where I'm going so far. I've done so far with it.
okay, that's good. Um, I literally have been just. I haven't
Not
really
playing
played much.
anything other than Black Desert.
I just been leveling up my characters, getting my characters geared in Black Desert. I have 3 58s. The leveling has changed a bunch, so I'm able to level up a lot
You said it was
faster.
better. Yeah, you said it was better than what it was. Yeah.
There's 2 new zones that I haven't even tackled onto yet.
Yeah.
So right now I'm hit to the point where I need I got my gloves. I'm working on gloves or bed glove drops. So I have a character part for gloves. I have a character part for my dandelion. And other than that, just been like working on my trying out secession on a couple of characters. So Mystic and Striker secession was released. They released the Wizard and Witch, and they're about to release the Lawn and something else secession now. Other than that, they opened up a new map, which Olet in the PTR test servers, huge as fuck.
Yeah, but it's like 230, right?
So it's 230 for the first part of it for AP. That's a recommended. And then it caps off at. No one has gotten over the cap so far. So as they go further deep, I think the highest they got to was someone who had like 300, but they're realizing that fuck, we aren't leveled enough. We need to get the black dragon weapons to get up. So that the black dragon weapons are your next tier after boss gear.
Which is that one? That guy is in the desert, isn't he?
So the black dragon requires crafting.
Oh, it's crafting.
So
what's in the desert in the back in that back?
That's
corner?
Novers. So Novers is
Not the dragon.
No, that's just a dragon. That's a side weapon that drops. So Novers and you got Kudum, which is a side weapon as well. You have Dandelion, which is going to be your awakening, and then you have Zarka, and there's another one that you can do for your main hand weapon. But no, for the Black Dragon set, there's 3 bosses that will drop your always 100% drop your crafting parts for it. You need to combine those weapons or combine those into creating your black dragon weapon, and it automatically comes out. I don't remember if I remember this correctly. I want to say it automatically comes out with secession stacks already put on there. Black Star. So Black Star weapons and armor are out, which puts you over the 500 cap now. So that's what they're doing now. So what they're saying is you can do Olet, you can do the new map, but just know that you're probably not gonna make it through the whole theme. You'll need to get your Black Star weapons, and even then, you probably still won't be able to make it until Black Star armor comes out. So you have that. The Guardian Awakening will be coming out here momentarily, which is a new class that just came out, which is like a think of it as your Guardian in Guild Wars 2. It's just a female version of it. They're releasing another island, so another map is supposed to come out here soon. The castle is a part of the Olet, and then you have the armor that's supposed to be releasing, and then you have seasonal. There'll be a seasonal system that's supposed to come out to help people catch up to get to soft cap. So essentially, this seasonal theme is going to be characters after a long time who haven't played the game in a while can come in. They could do questline or whatever to get and grind to get gear that will be specifically for them to catch up to get to that to get that soft cap, and then they can get to do the next season of maps or whatever. So
which is out now, which is where everybody's
most people are out there. So OLED hasn't released just yet. People right now are trying to grind their asses off to get the Black Star weapons, which is your next tier weapons. But there's a bunch of people who are still trying to get to soft cap and beyond soft cap, because leveling and gearing in this game is a pain in the ass with the stacks and all that shit out there. So
Yeah, that's the turn off for me. But yeah, I get what
um
you're saying.
so the seasonal is supposed to kind of augment the stacking stuff so you can get to at least get to soft cap, and then in order for you to get to Olet and the Kestrel and all the other new maps that are coming out, they're saying, hey, you can go and grind these bosses and all that stuff to get your Black Star weapons, so you can at least have the weapon the weapon to get over there. But it's recommended to go, if you're not going to get your Black Star weapons or Black Star armor, to at least get to Tet and beyond with your regular weapons, so you can get to actual hard cap. So you'll have two different options. Catch up.
So is Tactic Black Star or no?
That's what they're saying. It'll be your Black Star will have about a 3% stats increase, but if you get to Tet, that's cap for our stuff. Now, if you get Black Star and you get Black Star to Pry, that will probably be to the point where your Tet armor will be getting to the point where it's almost there. When you get to Duo, your Tet stuff is no longer even there anymore.
If you ever get your Black
Stuff
Star.
to Tet, yeah.
Okay.
So if you get your Black Star to Pry, it'll be, they're saying that's the equivalent of it being to close to Pry, if not Pry, of your boss gear.
Okay.
So what they're
Anything
doing.
Else?
Other than that, I haven't played Hades, because I die a lot. Warframe, they're releasing story content here in the next couple of months. They released more runes, and they're supposed to release another Warframe here soon. I don't know what it is. They released a bunch of new mods, which I gotta take a look at, because there were a bunch of people are saying some of the stuff is broke. But I haven't really gotten into Warframe because there's nothing really new for me to get into. But what the game I have been literally playing, if anything, when I'm playing alongside BDO with my characters playing on the background, is Untitled Goose Game.
Untitled Goose Game? What the fuck is that?
Untitled Goose Game.
Do I have to go? Is it in Steam?
It is not in Steam. It is an Epic Play Store.
Oh, fuck that. Never mind. I'm good.
But it was the number one. You got it.
Is it that the Goose Game where you're just doing random stuff against people? Oh god, I'm done. All right, I'm good. I'm not missing anything.
I gotta teach you how to do Messenger on desktop. I'll do this after this, because I'm not getting your messages.
You're not? Okay, that's fine.
I'm just now seeing it on my phone because I kind of figure you're typing to me. Yeah, Untitled Goose Game. Stellaris apparently. Oh no, No Man's Sky.
Oh.
Huge drop for No Man's Sky.
What is this, number 2? Drop number 2, I think.
There is a alien spacecraft, artificial life form, that has dropped with a new craft for that, and is continuing your storyline with the anomaly and the
still haven't finished the main. Well, not even story, but finished it. But I mean, we got to the point where like in Final Fantasy, you have to complete the continue thing.
Yeah.
We haven't even got to that point. We haven't even got to that.
Yeah, but
we're
apparently
so behind on the fucking story. It's not even funny.
It's
I mean, literally, we might have to look at a strategy guide or some kind
and just grind the fuck out to get caught up. Because
move it forward so we can get to the point where they're at the.
So
if I'm gonna go back into it, I'm just saying.
So yeah, that dropped. I was like, oh shit, this looks good.
Apparently, the one before this one was a jukebox drop or some kind.
Yeah. It was quality of life, some jukebox sound stuff, and some other quality of life things out there. They released new weapons. They're going to be releasing new weapons. A new race is supposed to come out too, so that's something to look forward to as well. And yeah, new space combat. This next patch is going to be a big space combat kind of theme. So I'm interested. I'm taking a look at it. Other than that,
I'm so excited.
so how's WoW for you?
Fuck you.
How's PoE for you?
I'm waiting for PO2.
So you're not going to even invest any more time into PoE then?
I've done this season, so I don't know what you're talking about. At least I'm not.
So you played the
I'm not
entire
gonna-
season. You leveled your character all the way.
I'm not going to argue with you on my
You
game.
played.
I
You
am
played
not
PoE all the way
going to
through.
argue you.
Leveled
I'm
your
not
character
done.
up
I'm not going to argue with you. Whatever
all
you
the way up
feel,
to level cap.
I'm done.
I'm asking you a question. You said you played the
Done.
season.
I played the season. That doesn't mean I finished the season. No, I played the season. Just like you finished playing Warframe. No, you finished it up to a point, right? You're
No,
done.
I'm caught up.
You're gonna wait until the next season. The next.
No,
thing
I'm
drops,
caught up.
Right?
I'm caught up.
You're gonna you're waiting for the next thing to drop, right? Which is gonna be sometime this week. This
I
month, right?
I played my characters and capped them all out. I am done.
Okay.
Did
But
you
you're not
cap
done
your
with
character
the game? Are you done with the game?
until the next
No,
patch
that's what
come
you
out?
asked me. That's exactly what I'm
No,
waiting for.
no.
It's the next game for it to come out, which is gonna be PoE 2.
So PoE, when you say you played it, does that mean you leveled your character all the way up? Because that's what PoE is all about.
You can level that thing up to like 90, and you're still not done with that game.
Get that. But what I'm saying is, you played the season. Meaning, did you play
Yes.
did you get your character all the way up to level cap to play the full season?
You don't have to level cap to play the full season, sir.
That's not what I heard.
Okay.
Okay.
Moving on. It's been we have a minute till it's been 2 hours, and then we can move on off of this
Oh, we're done.
awesome podcast.
Let's go ahead and hit it. Bye.
Sweet podcast.
Well, that was it. Thank you everyone who stopped by to see the Baka No Podcast Chapter 1. Appreciate it. If you stuck around and listened, I would greatly appreciate you drop myself and Harap channel a follow. We are
and
getting
comment. We really want to
comments. Yes, get back.
want to know your comments.
Put
Get us
your
back.
comments in there. Subscribe, like, all those things. If you're watching on Twitch, follow our channels. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and hit us back in the comments. If you like it, if you don't like it, do whatever. Give us some feedback because we want to hear all this information out to you.
Yes.
My name is T Love, and my co-host here, amazing, who likes to yell.
I haven't
Harap.
yelled yet.
Yeah.
How do you do this?
I mean, you typically do. I'm surprised.
I didn't yell.
But
This whole time.
but my name is T Love.
Oh, his co-host is thanks for passing it on, is Harap.
That
also-
you know that gap, that little gap. Maybe we
There's
should.
nothing there. How am I supposed to know that you're moving on?
Maybe we should work on a
And
script.
my co-host
We're
here
probably
is
gonna-
named.
To-do list podcast, a podcast crew. We're gonna work on a script, so that way we know these little cues. We're gonna work on a schedule, so that way we know what's gonna happen, and we're also gonna work on a script, so we know when I say the next person knows
Nothing.
exactly what's gonna happen.
Nothing. How are you supposed to know that you're beat? How are you gonna know that's your beat to go? Anyway, let's end this thing.
Thank you so much, everyone who stopped by. Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys next time. Peace. You wanna say bye?